Hey guys, Milrick77 here again. My garage is a fucking pigsty. Oh my goodness, I just got shit laying everywhere. Everywhere. Ooh, where'd these come from? Oh yeah. I like that kind. But anyway, it's like 38 degrees in here, which is probably like +1 or 2 for you guys that go by Celsius. So it's a bit nipply out here, and when it's this cold, my lights are just really dim. You guys have fluorescent lights in your shop. You know that when your shop gets cold, your fluorescent lights are just really dim until they heat up with a heater. Like, I can leave these on all day and they'll still be dim, unless you have a cold weather ballast in your lights, which I don't. But plug in a couple more lights just to help it a little bit. But anyway, I decided against, where are they? Should have been more prepared, eh? Oh, there's one. I decided against using the axles that I showed you guys in yesterday's little clip. These things. First of all, these are 3/4 inch, not 5/8 like I had hoped. I must have been fucking brain dead when I looked at the tape measure. And second of all, I was trying to figure out how I would weld these on there and have both wheels perfectly aligned straight, and I just couldn't think of a way. Ooh. So what I did was I went to the surplus store up the road. I absolutely love that store. They got like every single nut and bolt and screw and washer imaginable to man at cheap fucking prices. So and it's like 5 minutes up the road, and then I got Harbor Freight walking distance away, so I got it made. Surplus, Harbor Freight, I can do whatever the fuck I want to. But anyway, I went there today and I got me I got me a piece of 5/8 thread all, or all thread, which means it threads the whole way down. 3 feet long for $3 and some change. And I got me some, what are these? I think they're 5/8 by 11 nuts. And then I got some USSA blah 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 5/8 washers, which are extra wide compared to the regular SAE washers. And I got 5/8 by 11 nylon lock nuts for this side. I was going to put a washer on this side, but it hinders the spinning, and the lock nut just sits right on the end of the bearing, so that works, and the wheels will keep spinning. But I didn't tighten these up yet. I'm going to do that right now. Or actually, I'm going to do it after I welded her on. But all I got to do here is center that on my frame, and weld it there, and weld it there. I'm just going to lift up on the frame ever so little, like maybe 1/4 of an inch, because I don't want this table to be all cattywampus. I'm just going to lift up on it ever so little, and weld them babies to it, and I'm gonna have me my wheels. That worked out fucking absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna weld them on there, and then today I also took these 2 halves of the dog food cart and I welded them babies together. Yes, I did. I welded them babies together, and I gotta cut them down. It's gonna sit on there. I don't know, it's gonna sit on there like that, and I gotta cut it to fit the end of the cart, trim off the edges, and then I gotta start making my platform to hold the garage is a fucking pigsty. Hold this transaxle on there. Yeah. See, I got some brackets here, that the original mounting points. I gotta take them off, make my own. I got 2 holes here and here where I gotta make some kind of a platform for it, whatnot. I'm gonna design it as I go, make it strong as fuck, because I ain't trying to do this twice. But that's what I'm up to. I'm gonna weld those wheels on, cut my sheet metal, and then I'm going to start fabricating how I'm going to have the transaxle and engine mounted to this beast. And we'll go from there, I guess. But I'll turn you guys back on when I make some headway. Okay guys, I figured I'd make a little video before I get too far ahead of myself. I had this little scrap barbecue I got a couple weeks ago for free. I used to have 2 shelves on it like this, and as you can see, this one's gone. I took it off and used it. I cut it down somewhat on one side, and I'm using it as a platform to bolt my transaxle to. I'm also using this dog food cart. I got it hacked apart pretty well. I've been using pieces of this square tubing. I'm using it as legs here. I'm going to weld it to the inside and weld this corner shut and such. For that, I'm not using a stack of washers. I'm just using them as spacers to see if I had enough height. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some more of this square tubing. I'm going to lay a frame underneath this the whole way around. Weld that to this, and then I can weld my frame to the sheet metal wherever I want to put it when it comes time for that. I had to cut out a little hole on the shelf so the round part of the diff sticking out the bottom of the tranny could sit down in there so it could sit flush. I got to make spacers to go there and there so I can bolt that down. And then I'm going to make these brackets, flip them around and bend them and weld them to this so they can bolt right to the transaxle there. I still got some finagling to do, but I figured I'd make some sort of video to show you progress, kind of what it's going to look like somewhat. I don't know, just to show you guys what I'm doing before it's all done, and then I'm sitting here trying to explain what I did. But yep, and then I'm gonna get this welded up and cut some more pieces, and then I gotta figure out a stand for the engine as well, something like that, but it's got to be taller. So, and I'm gonna use the other shelf off of the barbecue for the engine mounting plate. It's gonna be similar to this, it's just gonna have probably longer legs because I gotta get the motor up here with the pulley on the bottom to line up the belt, you know what I mean? So let me get some more work done and I'll bring you guys back. Hey guys, Millrick Gear here again. I got my stand made up for the transaxle. I just got done welding it. It's a little smoky in here. Now I am not going for pretty. I am going for functional. So I just want to leave that at that and that at that. If I had a cutoff saw, I could make all these cuts nice and square, but I don't. All I have is a fucking angle grinder. So that's what I worked with. And now when I get this positioned where I want it, finally, when I hook up the engine and transmission, I can actually weld this to the sheet metal right here. all the way around, all four sides, so it ain't never gonna go nowhere. All the way around. Ah, yeah. Yep. I'll grind her up and clean her up before I spray her with some spray bomb shit, but that's gonna work. That's gonna work really fucking good, actually. Now I gotta make a stand like that for this engine. Which should be fun. But yeah. So I guess I'm gonna get started on doing that. This is all that's left of that dog food cart. I got one pole and the bottom, so I hope I have enough metal left to make the stand for the motor, and I don't know, I hope I do. So we'll see how far I get on her, and I'm gonna get started. Okay guys, I'm back out in the garage. It's Thursday night. I went to surplus store. I got my bolts and washers. I got her all stacked up and bolted on. Grade 8 bolts, and some nice wide washers. I put washers on the tops. I stacked up my washers on the bottom to make up the space. And then I took these two brackets that were sticking up off of this transaxle here and here, and I flattened them out with my hammer and bent them so they would fit in here. This bracket was different than that bracket. I don't know why. So I also used grade 8 bolts on them, there and there, with washers. Those are the two original bolts that were there. These two bolts on this side broke off, so I just welded it, like plug welded it straight to the stud with extra heat, and then bolted it down so it's still removable if need be, which I'm going to remove it anyway when I paint all this stuff. I gotta disassemble the whole thing, and then I'm gonna fucking spray bomb it and put it all back together. You can see the underside. I got nylon lock washers, or nuts with washers. I use double washers almost everywhere just for security purposes. Oh, but that's pretty solid on there. It ain't going nowhere. Now I just gotta weld that platform to the sheet metal when I get it where I want it. Now I gotta build a stand like that for the engine, but it's gotta be taller. And my camera's blurry as fuck. What else is new? But yep. So that's all done. I got that transmission mounted. Now I just gotta make a stand for the engine. I'm repeating myself. And I got an idler pulley today for belt tension. I got a 46-inch belt, 1/2 inch, for this project. I love surplus, man. Got this belt for $6. Got this pulley for $8. It's got a bearing in the center of it. I got plenty of nuts and bolts. I got a bunch of stove bolts and washers. This is what I'm going to use to attach the sheet metal down to the table surface itself. Here's the 3/8 bolt with a nice little shank there for this for the pulley. And yeah, we're coming underway. My goal is I want to get this together and see if it works by Saturday, and then all I'll have to do is, if it works good, is disassemble it and spray her up with some good old, can you guys see it? Yeah, spray paint. Oh yeah. But that's that. So let me get cutting and welding to make a stand for this motor, and I'll bring you back when that's done. Okay guys, I got my stand built for my motor, and I just have it sitting up there right now. Nothing's bolted down or welded in. Oh, this garage is such a fucking pigsty. But yeah, everything's in the fucking way. You can't see nothing. Oh. Okay. There we go. Got the motor sitting next to the fucking transaxle. I put the belt on there just to see how I have it, or whether I got the right length or not, and it appears that I do. Because I can move these wherever I want and make it probably a little looser than that. That way the pulley will take up tension. I don't know how I'm going to hook that up yet. But somehow I'll hook a spring up to it so it pulls it over, and then a lever on it so you can pull it out or something. Not sure. But I ain't going for beauty points here, that's for damn sure. I'm going for functionality. I want to make sure this thing can split some wood. And that's about it. It'll look good, I guess, when I spray paint all over it, but it's just going to be spray bomb. And I'll probably coat it a couple times a year with spray bomb to make sure it stays good, and it'll always be covered under a roof or a tarp or in the garage or something. Welding sucks. I burnt my finger. Ouchie. Ouchie. So now I gotta walk around holding the beer just so my finger doesn't hurt. Yeah, I don't like that kind. But, yep, I welded this stand up. Nothing pretty, she's just held together really good. And now I gotta do some more figuring from here and see how she goes. But that's what I got so far.